This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Deathstroke. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is in your standard 112 box, with the Deathstroke logo at the center. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images of the figure with his different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Deathstroke out of the box. And OMG, this guy is freaking dope. This has got to be one of the coolest figures that I've ever had in my collection. Mezco completely nailed it, and this is just one incredible piece. I am so happy to add him to my collection, and I cannot wait to check him out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Deathstroke does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 2 interchangeable head sculpts, 3 pairs of interchangeable hands, a sword, a sheath for his sword, a rifle and a pistol, both with removable clips. And lastly, he also comes with a circular base stand with the Deathstroke logo printed atop. He also comes with a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with a clip. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Deathstroke. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Mezco 112 Collective Deathstroke. Oh my god, this figure is insane. I don't even know. You're gonna hear me drool over this piece quite a bit because he is pretty incredible. I could go as far as to say he might be the best 112 collective figure that we've received in this entire line. That's just my personal opinion, but he is pretty incredible, so let's take a look. I mean, the details of this figure are just insane. I mean, you can see the sculpting work is just fantastic. On all the armor, just looks really good. All the straps and the pouches and whatnot across the belt just looks so good. The way they sculpt the leather and whatnot, like on these straps going over his shoulders, all look fantastic. You know, taking a closer look at the gloves or his gauntlets right here, you can see there's a lot of paint wear on here. So they did a lot of dry brushing and silver streaking to look like dents and scratches and nicks and all that kind of stuff. I kind of wish these were removable, little like gas grenades or whatever these are. But you can see those are sculpted in there. It looks really cool like that. Dig that quite a bit. Lots of rivets, like I said, and markings and scratches and things like that. This whole harness and upper bodysuit just looks really good. Lots of great detail on that. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of just drool over this and kind of look at it with you guys because this is pretty insane. I think the helmet just came out fantastic. I love the sculpt of that. You see the one red eye on that side. That's kind of like more New 52, right? With the red eye. That looks so good, man. Look at that. Even the back of the helmet looks really cool. Yeah, nice, soft, good baggy pants. Look really nice. There's a holster for his pistol right there. The boots look very cool. Look at that. All those scratches and dings and things like that. Just look really cool, man. Oh, God, this is really cool. Got some tread on the bottom. You can see how they sculpted like that leather strap that goes like under the foot right there. That's insane. Oh, my God. Such a badass looking figure. I mean, look at this guy. That's insane. No, this is definitely probably the best Deathstroke figure to date. I really do like the one from the Arkham game that they came out with. I think it was Arkham Origins. That was a really cool figure too. And the one from the Arrow TV show, that was another great figure. This one just kicks all their butts because this guy's fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, so cool, Mezco, man, you are just killing it. Love, love, love this piece. Very, very cool. Okay, so now that I'm done drooling, let's take a look at some of his accessories. So we do get the stand, which is very cool. I love the logo right there with his actual like helmet look with like the crosshairs. I think it's very cool, and it comes with the articulated arm. What I do like with this figure that I wish more figures would come with he comes with an alternate unmasked head, and that's just on your standard peg, and we get this. That is fantastic. Look at that. That is straight up Deathstroke. The paint, the sculpt, look at the pissed off deep set eyes with that patch, the hair, oh my god, lots of like dry brushing in the hair. I get my camera to focus, and you can see just gives it more texture. I mean, that's awesome. Very, very cool. More figures from Mezco need to give us like unmasked alternate heads. You know who really needed an alternate unmasked head? This guy. He needed an unmasked alternate head. Who else he needed an unmasked head? Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man that we got, and the ones we're going to get. Those don't come with unmasked heads. Mezco, come on, like that's something. These are high pricey figures, and we deserve alternate heads like this because this is beautiful. And I'm giving you guys mad props for including that. So that's very, very cool. So now if you want to display him like that, you can always put this in his hand like that, like he's holding his actual helmet, and still display all of that. So that's very awesome. So I'm going to take that off. Then I'm going to put this back on. Looks very cool. Now I'm going to show you some of his other accessories. Actually, I should take that off because I'm going to show you this. This is his sword sheath with the pouches. All the leather work on that looks really cool. Just simple, pretty simple. This kind of just slides over his arm, and like I said, you're going to want to take the head off for this, and then you're just going to slide that over like so, and then you can put the head back on like that, and there you go. Now he has the sword sheath over his shoulder like that, which looks very cool. The sword itself looks fantastic. I was actually kind of wondering if they're going to use the exact same sword they used for Deadpool, but it is a completely different sword, which I am very, very appreciative for. My only real gripe, and now this is minor because a lot of people don't even know this blade is upside down. The edge of the blade should always be facing up. So when you draw the sword out like this, you don't want the blade to be in, you want it to be out like that. So they actually did that wrong. You can switch the harness to the other side so it's more appropriate, but I mean, it's meant to be held over this to his right, and they did this scabbard upside down, so the blade should be like that when it's resting, not like that. I know that's really minor, and not a lot of people know that, but that's just something I really noticed, and probably the only thing that pisses me off about this figure. So he does come with a pistol. Just like that. It's a very cool pistol. Just like most guns in this line, removable clip. You can see the bullet in there, which looks very cool. And he could hold it in any of his trigger holding hands, but we do have a little holster right there, so you could keep that right in there, and that looks very cool. I always appreciate when a figure can store their accessories. We do have interchangeable hands. Those are just on your standard pegs that we have like this. So I have one trigger holding hand, and I have one hand for the sword, a gripping hand for the sword, so you could hold one sword like that instead of that hand, and then you can get his rifle right here. His rifle is pretty awesome, very nicely detailed and painted. That looks very cool. I don't think we've received this gun in the line yet, so let me know if we have. But again, nicely painted. I love the little orange details there. Again, removable clip with the bullet in there. I think that looks very cool. And you can hold it in his trigger finger hand like this. And I love that the hands on the Mezco figures are a lot more pliable than most. But still firm to like hold his weapons up and to adhere to the peg. So you get something like that, and now you have like a more of a fully loaded type of Deathstroke, which looks very, very cool. So I'm gonna take this off. Let's see, pull that out and pop this hand back on because it fell off. Pull this sword out over here, put that in right there, and there we go. So now I'm going to take a look at the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so it does roll around, and it seems like the neck itself is on a ball joint too, so you get lots of good motion in there. It does turn left and right, even with that collar. The collar doesn't really hinder it whatsoever. It does hinder it when you kind of want to go back. You can't really look up at all. Down, fairly decent like that. Some head pivot, which works out very good. Arms can go all the way up like so, and out like this. This shoulder is a little bulkier, so you can't go up that much. This one does a little more so you can get a little more with that. We get a bend at the bicep in there. Double jointed elbows. A little hindered because of the bulkiness of the gauntlet, but it's not terrible. A swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. And very tight wrists on this figure that I noticed, which is very appreciated. We get a double ball peg in the center, going into the upper torso, into the crotch area, so he can roll around a bit. Does turn left and right, pivot side to side barely, crunch forward a little bit, and goes back about that far, which is pretty good. He can't kick forward that much with those hip joints. Can do the splits, very nice, which is pretty cool. Rotate in that upper ball peg at the thigh. Double jointed knees. We got a swivel at the boot. We got an ankle joint, allows you to point the toe up and down a little bit, as well as rotate and a decent ankle rocker. That's not great, but that's a lot better than that they've done before. So pretty decent articulation considering how bulky this figure is. He's got some pretty good articulation with all this armor and stuff that he's wearing, and instead of the soft goods and whatnot, he's still very articulated, again, which I freaking love. So if you can find him, man, I'm telling you, he's going to be the next hot figure from Mezco. He is just so incredible, packed with detail, packed with really cool accessories. I love the interchangeable head. That is amazing to me. Great detail, just a gorgeous piece, man. Even if you're not a big fan of like Mezco figures yet, this is probably one of the best ones to start with because he is incredible. He shows you what Mezco can really do with a combination of sculpted and painted pieces and soft goods and a ton of interchangeable parts and accessories. He's a home run. I absolutely love him. So if you can snag him up somewhere, I highly suggest picking him up because he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to the 112 Collective Green Arrow and Deadpool figures. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Deathstroke. Now overall, I just think this is one magnificent piece. Mezco is so hot right now, and this is definitely one of the best figures that they've put out to date. A beautiful sculpt, great paint apps, awesome articulation, fantastic soft goods, and really cool accessories. I love the fact that we're getting alternate heads with this guy. He is so incredible that I think he's absolutely one of my favorite figures in my collection right now. So for great deals, head over to agelessgeeks.com for awesome action figures like this and all the things you love. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.